Parliament was involved in an accident on Friday as he was rushing to Parliament to pass these taxes that have brought a lot more pain onto Ghanaians, right? There are some details about that accident. Oh, yeah. I mean, these are not friendly taxes. These are taxes that don't make me talk about it, because when I do, I think the temperature just rises. It makes me angry.
You don't worry. I have determined that long time.
So water. How much is water now? How much?
5 cedis for the big bottle.
Oh, right.
You know, Mamavi recently started some water business, which has collapsed as part of the 70% that collapses all the time.
She said she's still doing well.
You are misleading our listeners
still doing well.
and our viewers.
Nobody is listening to it, please.
But to think that an MP will say that passing those painful taxes, those taxes were more important than his own life. Therefore, he needed to speed, run into someone, be involved in that terrible accident, get treated in the washroom, Parliament's washroom, so that he could go and vote and pass those taxes. I don't know which one is more painful. The fact that they passed the taxes, or the fact that an MP actually went through all these series of events just to go and pass those taxes that will bring a lot more pain onto us.
You could see him as a hero, really.
Really?
Why not? If he believes, you see, it depends on who is actually having the perspective on this. Government is convinced we need this as part of prior approvals to get us IMF deal. Government's convinced it's the IMF deal that's supposed to bring us economic salvation. At least put on the right
don't
pedestal.
tie this to IMF.
No.
Is it a condition?
It has everything to do with
Is
it.
it a condition?
That is what we've been told. That
Oh,
out of the 5, this was the 4th one. And that if we pass this one, so
I don't believe.
Okay.
I don't believe.
But that's what
if
we
we
have
had
been
not
told.
passed this, we still could have reached an IMF deal.
Really?
Cut expenditure. Do something.
I see.
Why
but,
are you
but
still...
I'm telling you what government says. So that's why he sees himself as a hero, because from his party and government perspective, he was there.
Hey,
he saved the
about
day.
his family.
Yeah, no, that's not more important. He's a hero for the country, not for his parochial or family
for
interest.
the party, not for the country.
Yeah. I am interested in the fact that these are, and I spoke to Professor Ade about it. He said, see, nobody can sustain these taxes. They are terrible taxes. He believes that they're not ones that you take forward. He believes it's just because we need them in the interim. So it's one of those pills. You know, they used to say, tighten your belt. But it looks like we never get to loosen it anyway. We only get to tighten it
The
further.
belt now you will be.
Yeah. I read a statement from the, no, not a statement, actually a position or so from the AGI. And I was shocked. Mamavi, I'm reading to you. Say, even before this, he said, table below captures various taxes in excess of 50% that manufacturers have to bear on their imported raw materials even before production. Industries have an additional burden of 2.3% increase in VAT effective this year. And before the straight levy came into force, manufacturers recover 70.5 input and 70.5 output. Now 21% standard rate fully. Under this current regime, manufacturers can only claim 50%, leaving 6% as cost, likely to be passed on to consumers. In effect, GH manufacturers become less competitive with these new, updated, and remodeled taxes. And these taxes on imports, once again, there's import duty, import VAT, processing fee, ECOWAS levy, network charge VAT, network charge COVID-19 health levy, GH Shippers Authority SNF, import NHIL, network charge NHIL, IRS tax deposit, multi EDIF fee, special import levy, Ghana EXIM levy, get fund, network charge get fund levy, inspection fee, AU import levy, COVID-19 health recovery levy.
ECOWAS and then
all the tax rates put together, 52.85%. That is what, according to the AGI and the workers and the industry people, taxes in excess of 50% that manufacturers have to bear on their imported raw materials even before production. Essentially, it doesn't make sense to produce in Ghana.
Absolutely.
Well, it doesn't make sense to produce in Ghana, and that's the reality. And that's the reason, the last time, what's his name? Mark Beduabaji was talking about businesses leaving Ghana.
Yeah.
They've made a point that, they're leaving. First of all, it's very expensive. Power charges are very expensive. Everything makes businesses not thrive in this country. And so, look, today you're better off engaging in services. in this country.
Which is not really a lot of
And
jobs.
you can't really create a lot of jobs with services. Okay? So, why are we doing this to ourselves? And yes, we find ourselves in trying times. But how about a cut in expenditure? Can't all of us agree that, look, we know we've made mistakes in the past, but hey, because of the challenges we find ourselves in, we would look at building a resilient economy, but we can't spend that much. Bear with us. So don't come asking us for all the developments that you've been asking in the past, because we can't provide them for you. I mean, we would all understand. If inflation goes down and we're able to eat, we'll take it like that. We'll take it like that. But as for this government, the only thing that the government wants us to do is wants us to tighten our belt when it loosens its belt.
Yeah.
That's what the government wants. Okay, you tighten your belt and I loosen my belt. Then I'll use your sufferings to enrich myself. What kind of a country is this? That today people are suffering. You know, look, I was with a friend the last time. We're doing some, I was responding to, his research that he was doing. And then he said, Charlie, right now, when he wakes up in the morning, the number of messages, and people ask you for very small amounts of money that you can't even say no. So can you send me 50? Some will go as low as 30. But they've sent it to 10 people, so they get 300. So 13, you cannot say no. By the time you're done, you spent a lot of money. You can't. Can you refuse somebody 50 Ghana cedis? You cannot.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. And so, look, you are there, and all you do is to be sending money. And he was telling me that, hey, but as for you people on radio there, then you are suffering, because even me, and that people don't know that, those people that they hear from you all the time. Remember somebody came that will help him pay his rent?
Yeah.
Yes. That's the reality of the Ghanaian today. Times are indeed very hard, and the government must begin to consider these things.
You know, some of these companies, some of these manufacturing companies, when times were really hard, COVID, they didn't sack workers because they were thinking, what would they do? But right now, can you blame a company? Exactly.
That's what I thought, that by now recovery time would have been coming in.
Can you blame a company like, say, Nestle or Casapreco? Remember, they actually cushioned their staff when things were not going well. They actually gave them extra money. Can you blame them today if they say that they are laying off workers? I mean, how is government making it impossible for people to do business in Ghana?